our visitors to join with us in 1 minute of stillness, silence and prayer. Une minute de silence et de recueillement, s'il vous plaît. Bitte eine Minute Stille und Gebet. I ask you, therefore, to be still.
The existing monument on Palace Street consists of a basement theatre and 8 blocks of residential housing above. It is a propelling monument below a pathological monument. This thesis proposes a new theatre at roof level, the creation of a new propelling monument. The monument is located to the east of Buckingham Palace, in a dense and wealthy urban environment. There its corner lies 1 mile to the west, the compelling locus of memory throughout this thesis. This monument connects with the city. From the top I see Westminster Abbey and Buckingham Palace. I hear the bustle of the street below. I feel the whipping of the wind on the roof, and I can touch the cold dimples of the concrete. Once an entirely propelling monument, Westminster Theatre was the scene of poetry and prose. Now what was, is now layered in the pathological dwellings, and the view from above belongs to a handful. I believe in the capacity of the imagination as a concrete thing. It seemed to me that description and knowledge should give rise to a further stage, the capacity of the imagination born from the concrete, invented or real, quoted and put together, thus proposing an alternative within reality.
There saw I, never felt a calm so deep. The river glideth at his own sweet will. Dear God, the very houses seem asleep.
We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
Do you throw anything away?
No, never anything. I think it all can be reused or transformed.
Theatre and poetry are shrouded in tradition, as are urban artefacts and monuments. Gazing at Poets' Corner, a connection between T.S. Eliot, the urban artefact, and the literary artefact is drawn. For Eliot, tradition is not an imitation of the past, but something that is obtained through the hard labour of those who have historical sense.
The world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts.
Act 2 has multiple meanings. It is the pathological monument that lies between the theatre above and below. It is the transition from architecture to stage set. This Act 2, Part 2, imagines the journey from the ground to the theatre above. The ascent begins at the level of the existing ground floor theatre, supported and constructed of concrete. Entering the elevator, moving up past the residential flats, and climbing up through the London skyline, you reach level 7, a new construction resting on steel beams which extrude and meet columns on the ground level. This level is constructed of CLT, lightweight, efficient. Entering at level 7, through the foyer and up the stairs, you reach the Jacobean theatre made of a lightweight timber frame. Roof opening, the theatre dissipates into the sky. In Act 3, you have reached the theatre. Through the recollection of architectural ghosts, the proposal can be understood to be conceptually situated between the stage set and architecture. In this sense, the thesis operates at the intersection of architecture and scenography, exploring notions of preservation, replication, and monumentality.
People always cheer when they turn the lights on in the evening, every time.
I wonder why.
They do say that for a great many people, the evening's the best part of the day. The part they most look forward to.
If all the world's a stage, then the design can be understood as scenography. At which point does the illusion end, and where does the experience of architecture and reality begin? The very purpose of this thesis is to blur these lines. There is a belief that emotion, memory, history, and the artifact are connected. These ideas can be translated up to the scale of the city. View. The city itself is a backdrop, and indeed the theatre itself. The props are the historical monuments. The locus is Poets' Corner. The actors are the passerbys, looking down at their feet, and the audience from the theatre watch down in delight. Architectural, artistic, and literary artifacts have interconnected during the design process. The foyer remembers the theatre from the 1950s. The staircase is a memory from Rossi's Teatro del Mondo. The symbolism of the sky and the stars, appearing throughout the collages, can be traced back to Anselm Kiefer and further. The act of layering reveals new scenes, a continuation of the past.
And cry content to that which grieves my heart, and wet my cheeks with artificial tears, and frame my face to all occasions.